Now, have you heard the one about the growth of comedy on the internet? YouTube's only been going for 4 years, but already receives over 100 million hits a day. Stand-up comedian Josie Long went online to find out how the web is affecting the world of comedy.
I like to consider myself a Renaissance woman, insofar as I'm a little bit overweight and I like lying around in the nude.
I've been performing stand-up comedy since I was 16, and what I really love about it is how immediate and direct it is. Like you think of something, you get on stage that night and you do it. And that's one of the reasons why recently I've wanted to make more things online, because it's that same feeling of instantaneous, it's up there and everyone can see it. And also, even my little brother's been doing them and he's about 14 now, so I thought I'd better get hit with them now, otherwise I'll be left behind. The internet has made sketch comedy more democratic. Anyone who thinks they're funny can upload content, from amateurs.
I always think the glass is half full, but I can actually tell because my eyesight's that good.
How are you? I'm good, man.
To professional comedians.
Good to see you, man. It's great to see you too. God. Oh, you look really well.
Oh, you look great too, man. So good to see you.
Yeah, you too, man. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Amy. Sarah.
I love the fact that you no longer need a broadcaster to make your sketches. A case in point is my childhood comedy hero, Richard Herring. He's recording his own material and then podcasting his show online, all out of his own pocket.
I've set myself the ridiculous task of writing around 45 minutes of brand new material every week for 10 weeks on my own with no team of writers like all the other proper comedians.
How did the idea come about for running your podcast live?
I've been doing a Radio 2 show that was about history, and then I'd said to them, can I just do one that's sort of about what's happened to me this week and what's going on in the world, but kind of from my perspective. It didn't happen, and then I just kind of thought, why don't I just do it myself? I mean, it just felt quite exciting to be able to do a show where anything could happen and I could say anything I wanted and I didn't have to worry about upsetting people because people choose to download it. That's, you know, that's another good thing about the internet. You know, I think if you are on TV or radio, you are being broadcast into people's homes. Yeah. And you have a kind of responsibility. But on the internet, they have to choose to listen to you, really. And then
and they can stop it quite easily.
They can stop it and they don't have to listen to it. So I had the absolute freedom to think, well, I'll do something that I know the people who like me will like, and maybe it'll get more people to like me, and maybe it won't, but let's just see how it goes.
And that suits stand-ups as well, because when you're a stand-up, you write your own shows, you're the boss.
I think for me, TV, comedy, not exclusively, but the people who are deciding what goes on TV and radio generally don't know that as much about comedy as I do, and are putting shows together like from, oh, I like him and him and him, let's put them together in a sketch show and do the same sketch every week. So it is that freedom just to go, well, look, I've got an idea, it is good enough that people will like it.
It's my landlord, Pearl.
And if people like it, the potential for a cult audience is huge, as Will Ferrell proved when he posted a sketch about his landlord.
Hi, Pearl. You don't have to raise your voice. I can give you half.
The sketch has received over 65 million hits and led to the creation of the website Funny or Die. The site thrives on its audience critiquing the sketches. Viewers are asked to rate the sketches funny,
You hurt yourself.
or whether it should just be killed off. A year ago, a British version of Funny or Die was set up. I caught up with its creative director, James Serafinovich, as he filmed one of his sketches. How do you think the internet has changed the way people make comedy?
Well, it's slowly starting to make people be more open to ideas and making other stuff. Like in the past, I think everyone would kind of squirrel their ideas and protect them, and if you had, like, you know, an idea for a sitcom or whatever, then you'd make sure that no one in the world would ever find out what it is, just in case that was your ticket to fame and fortune. It's easier as well to do because there's not, you know, you see like what we're filming today, it's just, you know, you've turned up and then we're going to do it and then in an hour we'll be finished.
So it might be easy to make, but if you're starting out, how do you know that your sketches are even funny?
Hello, welcome to Popcorn Comedy. Thank you for coming along.
Popcorn Comedy is a night that's run like a gig, where the best in new internet sketch talent is showcased in front of an audience.
Hi, darling. I'm John Cornish, your husband of 25 years, and I'd like to welcome you to this DVD.
The night was set up a few months ago by two comics.
I think for the filmmakers, they get a chance to see their films in front of an audience and understand where the laughs come and the reaction of and that really helps you when you're making a film in the future, so that you know, oh, that really worked, that, you know, you kind of understand it.
What do you feel the advantages are of making films online as opposed to trying to get things made on TV?
It's quite liberating because you don't have to worry about going it, because TV, the further up you seem to go in TV, the more people there are to sort of tell you where you have to change your script, or just all chipping in there, like the proper Too Many Cooks thing. But with the internet, you kind of, you know, you can do what you want.
What advice would you give to people who were thinking about making their own sketches?
Make it, put it up. If you've got an idea, put it out, and also don't be precious about ideas, because you know, maybe it isn't funny, but you've got to kind of get through the layers of rubbish before you strike gold.
You can always delete it.
Yeah.
If it's not funny, you just delete it.
So if anyone can make their own sketches and put them online, where does a traditional broadcaster now fit in?
People can certainly be successful without a broadcaster. Of course they can, and that's great. So I think it's more for the broadcaster to work out how they fit into the equation. There is a whole audience out there who are they're consuming more media, so television is obviously still being watched, but they're also consuming it online, and it's part of their media mix. And if we're not part of that, then we miss out a whole part of people's time and their interests, and I think there's a danger of becoming less relevant.
Are you hungry?
Yeah, I could eat something. Yeah.
What do you fancy?
I want a sandwich. Yeah, I want a sandwich.
So the sketch comedy and broadcasting landscape is changing, and I love the fact that the internet is a way of getting your weirder and more left-field sketches out there. What I really like is it's still so untapped, there's so much potential, who knows where it's going to lead.